More than 2,000 years have passed since humans came to the continent. We came from lands unknown during the cataclysmic event called the Conjunction of Spheres, but we didn't come alone. Following us from our native world, like moths drawn to a fire, came countless savage beasts that quickly became a scourge upon the land. These beasts, which modern humans now call monsters, drove humanity to the brink of extinction. We stood little chance when faced with dragons, manticores, and chimeras. Our salvation was found in knowledge we brought with us from our native world. Magic became our weapon, and with it, we quickly established humanity's place on the food chain. With the advent of magic, witchers, and great heroes of old, humans carved out our own bloody piece of land and ended the age of the elder races, ushering in the age of humanity. The recorded history of human interaction is a turbulent one, filled with constant violence, blood, and death. A war is never far away, whether it be over a kidnapped princess taken from her chambers in the black of night, or for more understandable reasons, over a border post or two. For centuries, generations of men and women were sent to slaughter each other by their respected kings and queens for petty, trivial reasons, but gradually the senseless constant violence subdued somewhat, and during a time of relative peace, the borders of the civilized world were formed. Two distinct, fundamentally different human civilizations arose from the ashes. Separated by the mighty Amel mountain range, they spread across the continent and formed many different yet similar kingdoms, mostly populated by a poor, working human populace. The northern part of the continent was split by 7 large, independent kingdoms, all with different traditions and culture, but they all, coincidentally, claimed the common speech as their native language. At the northernmost end of the explored world, just south of the frozen Dragon Mountains, sits Kovir and Povis, kingdoms of mountains and mines. Further south lay the Kingdom of Redania, which extends along the coast of the Northern Sea all the way to the mighty Ponta River, which cuts the continent in half. Turning east of Redania, separated by the Kessler Mountains, sits Cadwen, home of the famous Mage Academy stationed in Banard, and it is the largest of the northern kingdoms. South of the river Pontar lays the independent kingdom of Temeria, second in strength and size only to Cadwen, and the only nation to house a sorcerer's academy exclusively for women. Separated from Temeria by the famous dwarf-held Mahaka Mountains, to the east sit Idrin and Lyria, the most eastern kingdoms. The very south of the northern half of the continent is occupied by the kingdom of Sintra. Surrounded by water on 3 sides, it is considered the southern border of the northern part of the continent. Other than the aforementioned kingdoms, the north is home to many small independent kingdoms, provinces, duchies, and state cities such as Burge, the Skellige Islands, Saden, and Verden. Together, these kingdoms, both large and small, form the northern kingdoms, to which the exact opposite is the Empire of Nilfgaard. How far south the continent stretches is a mystery, but what is known is that the lands south of Sintra are unquestionably the territory of the Empire of Nilfgaard. Despite being just another human kingdom, Nilfgaard and the northern kingdoms are so different, the only thing they share is the human racial majority. Where the north is torn apart by many different kings and queens, the Empire of Nilfgaard stands united, ruled over by one single emperor that commands absolute power. They are united under one ruler, speak a different language, they are greater in size and strength than even Cadwin, and are objectively more sophisticated, or should I say, have developed a more modern society. A militant society, but modern nonetheless. Most of the known world is occupied by the Northern Kingdom and Nilfgaard. The lands north beyond the Dragon Mountains, far south, and the lands across the Great Sea are almost entirely explored and house only minor kingdoms. As far as the members of the elder races are concerned, they are just minor actors in the play that spans across the civilized world. Dwarves were never interested in expanding their territory or going to war over a piece of land. For the most part, they were content when staying in the native Mahaka Mountains and mining away until the White Frost comes. And the few dwarven settlements that were founded away from their beloved mountains, Vergen being one example, was based around commerce and trading and accepted all manner of humanoids, not just dwarves. The elves, on the other hand, faced a far worse fate. When the kings of old started to expand their territories, they found many grand elven cities waiting to be plundered. The elves attempted to fight back, but nothing in their long history prepared them for the human bloodlust, numbers, and our way of warfare. It is no secret that many of the largest human cities of today are built on the razed remains of elven keeps. Novigrad and Vizima were both once grand elven cities. The last true elven hold was in the Valley of Dolblatana, the Valley of Flowers as they called it, until some 200 years ago when a king declared himself the rightful ruler of these lands and drove the elves to the cold Dragon Mountains, where today the remnants of a once powerful lineage rules over a mere handful of pure-blooded elves. But the biggest victory humans achieved over the elder races is natural assimilation. Many elves, dwarves, and gnomes live in human cities alongside humans. They lend their knowledge and skills, but are still considered second-class citizens, and the same goes for half-elves and such ilk. Humans came to this world as outcasts, with no lands to call their own or any allies to help them survive the first few turbulent centuries, but in the end we triumphed. Humans are the superior race, and the age of humanity is the last age this world will see. The White Frost is coming. And on that note, I want to end this episode of Witcher Lore World History Episode 3. I hope you enjoyed this 3-part series. After this video goes up, I will be taking a short break from making Witcher Lore videos. If you want to learn more about why I will be taking a short break from making these kind of videos, wait until Monday or just watch one of my previous Mondays with Soulfax. But on next Monday, this video will go up on Friday. On next Monday, I will talk about why I'm taking a short break and what you can expect in the future from my channel. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video. My name has been Soulfax, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.